Hi there, my name is Clayton and I am a children's author, and I'm going to be reading you a story today, and we've got Maggie's Magical Islands. And this is really to celebrate World Book Day, which is on the 4th of March this year, but you can listen to the story anytime you want. So I hope you are sitting comfortably, and let's begin. Maggie and Mum loved to explore. They're getting ready for a holiday adventure when they discover an old map. Could it be a treasure map? And there we have a picture of Maggie and Mum up in the attic, and Maggie has found a map. It's a map of the Scottish Islands, and look, one of the islands has a big X on it. Together, Maggie and Mum plan a trip to visit 5 different islands. Last stop, X marks the spot. What will the mystery treasure be? There we go, there's a map of Scotland, lots of the islands, and there's the X, can you spot it? Teachers and parents, you might want to pause just now and have a think about what the treasure, what that X might be. Maggie and Mum are so busy checking ferry times and weather forecasts that, oh no, they've forgotten to book anywhere to stay. Don't worry, Mum, Maggie says as they jump off the ferry onto the Isle of Arran. Can you see what I see? There they are, they've jumped off the ferry, and it looks like they've spotted a camper van. Have you ever stayed in a camper van? Arran is an amazing island to explore in a camper van. Wow, how did this stone circle get here? Maggie asks as they trek across Macri Moor. It's magical, isn't it? Mum replies. Neolithic people built it nearly 5,000 years ago. There is a picture of Macri Moor and some standing stones. That's really magical. But as they walk back to the camper van, oh no, what's all that smoke? Maggie asks. Looks like engine problems, Mum says. Maybe we need a new way to travel or we'll never find the treasure. Oh dear. It looks like the camper van has got some engine problems, lots of smoke. What are they going to do now? I love our new hire bikes, Maggie yells as she tests out her very loud bell. They're just what we need to explore Islay, the Queen of the Hebrides. Mum stops to check the map. This beach is the perfect spot to pitch our tent. It's called the Singing Sands. So it looks like they got some bikes in the end, and they're now on the Isle of Islay. What a beautiful beach that is. But camping is too wild for Mum and Maggie. That was an awfully stormy night, Mum says. Get the map out, Maggie. Let's find somewhere with a proper roof and a comfy bed. Oh dear. Have you ever been camping before and that's happened? I have. My children and I have had a few camping disasters. The faithful ferry takes Maggie and Mum onwards to the Isle of Mull and ever closer to the treasure. The wind is blowing a hoolie and the waves are choppy. What a bumpy ride, Mum yawns. Whatever next? Maggie spots a grand castle with her binoculars. I'm sure we'll get a great night's sleep there, she tells Mum. So next stop is the Isle of Mull with its beautiful coloured houses. And hopefully they have fun in the castle. What's that spooky noise? Mum clutches Mum in the middle of the night. Is it a ghost? Shh now, Mum reassures her. It's just the wind whistling through the windows. But Maggie's not so sure. I don't like this haunted castle. Let's look at the map and get going as soon as we can. Ooh. Maggie's not so keen on staying in castles. Have you ever stayed somewhere that's a little bit frightening? Now Maggie and Mum are on the Isle of Skye. My legs are so tired, Maggie grumbles. Will these glens ever end? Here, Mum says, at the magical fairy pools. Look at me, Maggie cries, splashing in the clear water. She wades in a little, looking for fairies. It's freezing, she gasps, and jumps right out again. After all that cycling, they've reached the fairy pools in Skye. But I'm not sure if there's any real fairies there. They find a cosy wee bothy to sleep in. Mum makes a fire and Maggie hangs her swimming costume up to dry. Her dreams are full of treasure. She can't wait to find it tomorrow. Oh, that looks like the best place to stay, doesn't it? In a cosy wee bothy. The next day, Maggie and Mum cycle to the top of the Isle of Lewis. I can see a lighthouse, Mum calls out. It's marked with an X on the map. But I can't see any treasure. Do you know where the treasure is? Maggie asked the lighthouse keeper. Aye, the treasure's right here, he says with a smile. But you'll need to wait until after dark to see it. Oh, that sounds a bit mysterious, doesn't it? There they are, they've made it to the top of Lewis. There's that lovely lighthouse. But where's the treasure? Maggie and Mum are so lucky they're spending the night in a lighthouse. But don't fall asleep, the lighthouse keeper warned Maggie, because when it gets dark, the treasure will appear. That sounds very odd. Have you got any ideas what you think the treasure might be? Wow, wow, wow! Maggie can't believe her eyes. Shimmering waves of light are sweeping across the sky. The northern lights, Mum tells her. See how they fill the night with colour. It's like an amazing dance in the sky, Maggie whispers sleepily. What a magical end to our island adventure. And look at that view that they've got, the northern lights, and that was the treasure. It wasn't a pot of gold, it wasn't a box of treasure, it was the northern lights, nature's treasure, showing us an amazing light display. And that was the end of Maggie's Magical Islands. I hope you enjoyed the story. Now, I wonder if you spotted a few of the things that were in the story. One of the creatures that pops up in all of my stories, you might have read Maggie's Mittens or Maggie's Monsters, there's a little creature that keeps popping up in all those books. And it is this one, a little red squirrel. I love red squirrels. And on every page of all three of my books, there is a red squirrel. Would you like to help me find the squirrel in some of these pages? Okay, you'll have to zoom in perhaps. Let's look on the first page. I'll zoom up right like that. How's that? Now, can you see a squirrel hiding somewhere on this page? Have a good look. Oh, look! There he is. Hiding in a box. Should we try a few more? Okay, what about this one? This is where the camper van broke down. Can you spot the squirrel? There's some rabbits at the bottom. Oh, look, he's up a tree. One more? Right. Oh, this is one of my favourite ones. This was the beautiful beach on Isla. Now, can you spot the squirrel? There's a dog and there's some dolphins in the sea. But where's the squirrel? Look closely. Look, he's in the basket on Mum's bike. I wonder if Mum spotted that. There's lots of other animals, Scottish wildlife, in this book as well. I wondered if you spotted any of it. It's a beautiful golden eagle on that page. And also on the Isle of Skye, I think there was a stag. Might be able to see that on that page as well. There's lots of wildlife in all my books because I'm really keen that we all learn about all the wonderful Scottish wildlife that we have in our country. Now, to finish up, boys and girls, I thought we could talk about a few ideas of activities you might do based on Maggie's Magical Islands. Now, can you remember all the different places that Maggie stayed on her holiday, on her adventure? She stayed in a camper van, she stayed in a tent, she stayed in a slightly spooky haunted castle, she stayed in a wee bothy, but she also stayed in a lighthouse. And I thought perhaps we could make our own lighthouse. You might want to paint it, or you might want to make it with some junk modelling. I'll show you ones that I did. So I used just a crisp tube or a breadstick tube or something, and I got a little plate and then a little yogurt pot, and I put it all together and I made my own lighthouse. I bet some of you would love to create something like that. You might even have one of those little pretend candles that you can put in the top so it flashes. Or perhaps you want to paint your own lighthouse. You could use some really nice watercolours and create the Northern Lights with all its beautiful colours and have your lighthouse like that. So, I hope that's some ideas there to share. I bet you've got lots of other ideas that you could come up with, perhaps looking at a map and looking at the journey that Maggie took all around Scotland. That would be fun too. Happy World Book Day, boys and girls, and I hope you enjoyed the story. Bye for now.